I have to burp again.
Thank you for sharing.
Ooh. There was like an after burp there.
After burp.
I am
Yup.
absolutely intoxicated. Hi everybody.
Welcome back to the Drunken Library. Amber's laughing at me because I accidentally punched my drink cup. And it startled me, and my response was to say ow.
I say oh what I'm supposed to do.
It's fine.
It's cool.
Alright, so today we have a tag video.
We do. We have the garden tag.
Yeah, we were tagged in this by Amy from the Dusty Bookshelf. She created this tag.
She did do
and
that.
Tagged us in it, which is pretty cool. It took us roughly 1,000 years to get to it because we're the worst. Sorry, Amy.
We're super organized, if you couldn't tell.
The best at remembering when we're supposed to do stuff. But it's 10 questions plus a bonus, and we should do the thing.
Rambler Rose. A long read with multiple main characters and plot points. It twists, turns, and puts on a show with language.
For this one, I chose the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. Everybody and their mom talks about this series on the internet and YouTube, but you know what? I've never put it in a tag, so fuck you guys.
I have. I've done it. I am also fucked. I suppose I should answer the question now.
Mabes.
So I picked... Did I kick the thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Then...
She kicked.
I picked The Glass Lake by Maeve Binchy because there's a lot of characters and it follows a bunch of people and then there's a bunch of shit happening all the time and bunch of shit. Plus, it's written really well.
The Hybrid Tea Rose, which is modern and long-lasting. A collection of memorable 20th or 21st century poetry or short stories that stick with you for a long time.
I haven't really finished any poetry collections or short stories, I think ever. But I'm really close to the Washington Irving, but that's not memorable, so I didn't pick it because it's stupid.
Alright, I did not burp my answer. No, I went with Margaret Atwood's poetry. I only have one collection of her poems because the rest of them, she has like a lot, like more than 10.
Lilacs. A seasonally inspired book that you look forward to revisiting each year.
Oh, so cute. This isn't really seasonally inspired, but it's one of the kind of book that I generally want to read in summer. Because it just makes me want to, like, sit outside and read things that I don't have to think about too hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
But this is called So Lyrical by Trish Cook. It's like a YA contemporary that came out sometime when I was in high school. Before YA was, like, everywhere. But it's really cute. It's about a girl who, her mom was, like, following a bunch of bands in the 80s, and she doesn't know who her dad is, and that's her quest to try to find her dad.
Huh.
And there's a lot of, like, musical references to older stuff, and at the time, newer stuff that now is kind of older stuff. I think they start talking about Jimmy Eat World in here, and like, oh yeah, nobody's ever heard of them before, and I'm like,
I don't read it every year, but every winter I always want to. And every occasional winter I do reread Pride and Prejudice.
Every occasional winter?
Sure,
drunk. Roll with it.
I'm drunk.
Fuck it.
It makes sense to me.
Bleeding Heart, a beautiful, dark work that broke your heart.
So, I picked Snakes and Earrings. By Hitomi Kanehara. It's really burp.
It's really what it is.
It's really burp.
I don't know, I haven't read it yet. I don't have my physical copy of mine because when I was picking out my answers for this tag, I realized that 3 of the books I wanted to use I own and I loaned out to people and I never got them back. Room by Emma Donoghue. It's a really, really, really dark premise that ends in a really positive place.
Queen Anne's Lace, a work that is sometimes seen as a weed, but that you see for what it is. Great literature.
Alright, for this one, I've talked about this author once or twice or 20 times on this channel. I went going with the book I own that I haven't brought up specifically yet, but I went with Jacqueline Suzanne's books. This one is called Once Is Not Enough.
Okay, so okay, whatever, it made sense at the time. I picked Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. Everybody's heard of it. I hope. I don't like this book. I don't.
She's not made it a secret.
I'm not a fan. But mostly just because she's fucking stupid. But, like, it's written really well. I like the writing, and there's some cool shit, I guess.
She just does what she wants. Forget Me Not, An Early Bloomer, a work you read early in life and will never forget.
I read this book in high school, freshman year of high school. It's called Target by Kathleen Jeffrey Johnson. I'm pretty sure, because it sounded familiar. But I actually don't remember most of the book. I remember one scene, and then the most of the book is just kind of about the mental recovery from that one scene. I literally have remembered that, and it's helped keep me...
Well then, I went with a much lighter topic. This book is Mr. Popper's Penguins by Richard and Florence Atwater. This was a book that I read in 2nd grade with my class, and we were learning about penguins at the time, and we read this book, and this one actually is from my elementary school. I must have stolen it. I'm really good at that.
I just knew it from your middle school, and you've got a whole set.
I think I probably have one somewhere.
Pansies, a classic that's losing popularity. Once upon a time, everyone had them in their garden/library, but now they're being replaced with begonias. Fucking begonias.
Yeah, fucking begonias. My answer for this one stems back to high school for me. When I was in high school, every weird kid who was into, like, dystopian, creepy, future society shit was all about Battle Royale. If you're not familiar with Battle Royale, it is about a junior high class that gets taken to a deserted island, given a backpack with minimal supplies, each supplied with a weapon, and then they have to fight to the death until only one remains. Sound familiar? That's because, after a couple years went by and I was no longer in high school, everywhere you went, you started seeing the Hunger Games.
So I went with Grimm's Fairy Tales by the Grimm brothers.
Weird.
Yeah.
Who knew?
I like holding this book. So, I picked this because one time in life of people that read books and stuff, everybody knew these fucking stories, I'm sure. But now, like, people really only know some of these stories because they've seen the movie versions or heard about a retelling. And usually Disney is involved, which is fine.
Much of the time, Disney's involved.
But, like, yeah, I just feel like everybody probably knew these stories at some point, and now people are like, what? That's not the right ending. And I was like, bitch, that's the original ending. Yeah, that's all I got.
Trillium. Native to North America, in some provinces and states, it's illegal to pick them because if you pick them, they pretty much immediately die. So for this, a banned or challenged book. We talk about these sometimes, every once in a while on this channel.
One phrase kept running through my mind, and that was, "You're a stupid goddamn son of a bitch of a moron."
Because I've been so good about not bringing it up in tags for a while, and because I didn't want to use it for a book I read in early in life, I'm going to go with The Outsiders by S.C. Hinton. We've talked about this. It has its own video. I bring it up at least once a month. Or more.
Wow, my pen, whatever. 9. Orchid. A work that was as challenging to read and maintain an orchid. What?
As it is to grow and maintain an orchid.
That.
The Town That Forgot How to Breathe by Kenneth J. Harvey. This book is not exceptionally long. I mean, it's not short, but it's not exceptionally long. It's like under 500 pages. It looks really fucking cool. It's like shiny and splashy on the cover. There's like a weird possessed looking kid on it.
I like weird possessed looking kids.
It looked like it was going to be a really good like horror thriller kind of thing, and when I read the synopsis, that's exactly what it sounded like it was going to be. And it had some really good moments, but it kept building up and building up and building up, and then nothing happened.
I never heard of it.
Yeah, nobody's fucking heard of it. It's not very good.
So I picked Macbeth. Shakespeare.
Fern, a book that sparked your initial interest in a topic before sporing into a whole tier of books on that topic. TBR. Tier. TBR. Whatever, handwriting is hard.
But I understood the way the question was phrased, and
then just did a different thing with it.
Yeah, well, I do this thing where when people are like, pick a thing, I'm like, I can't think of anything. So I freaked out, and then I did something different. And so I went with the Fruits Basket. It's a manga. It's this is the front. This feels weird to my whatever. And so really, Fruits Basket is what got me into Japanese culture.
Little known fact about me, I am obsessed with pop culture, and particularly pop culture throughout history. But there was this book called An American Rose, and it was a biography written about the life of Gypsy Rose Lee by a third party well after she had, died.
That's the 10 questions. We do have a bonus question. What is your favorite flower?
I like tiger lilies.
I pretty sure that my favorite is lilacs.
Alright, so we're gonna tag
Stephanie
at Time to Read, because she's awesome.
Yeah.
And she thinks we're awesome, which makes us think she's even more awesome. Plus her videos are super fun. She's got some really, really insightful comments, and she's funny, and she's great. So check her out. We'll link her down yonder. And of course we'll link the original video that Amy did down below as well.
And because we're vastly unprepared, we're not going to tag anybody else.
Yeah, because fuck it. Yeah. We do what we want.
If you want to do it, go ahead.
Also, this was a long time ago that we got tagged in this, and honestly everybody's probably done it by now.
Yeah, we don't
I have
know
no idea.
Too much effort to check. So.
But yeah, have a great day, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.